Hello, welcome to Sensable Singing. I'm Allison Taylor, and today is day 14 of 21 days of Winter Solstice. Today we're going to explore rhythm, in particular, your own inner rhythm, your pace. So you can do this standing or sitting, you can move your whole body, or you can just move 2 fingers. But I'm going to ask you to try some movements on to get a sense of what's your pace. At the time of this video being made, we're moving towards December 21st, the winter solstice. We're also moving towards a time of festivities and gatherings and social engagements, lots of eating, and general busyness and hubbub. And even as I'm describing that to you, I can feel my inner pace speeding up a little bit. I can feel my breath getting a little shallower. I can feel my eyes widening and speaking a little bit more quickly. So that's what happens to me and for me when I'm in this time of year and this kind of movement. And so for me, it can feel very recuperative to check in with my inner pace and play with some movements or sounds and explorations that can help not only check in with that pace, but maybe modulate it or play with it a little bit, shift that pace so that I don't get stuck in go, 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 or for my musician friends, 30-second notes at a tempo of like 156 beats per minute. That I can explore my whole range of pace and give me some more flexibility and some more choice. Do I want to take it down to like a 60 beats per minute right now? Or do I want to be a more of a 120? Am I moving in whole notes? Longer, more sustained notes? Or am I moving in eighth notes? So each beat can be divided into smaller and smaller pieces. And that creates the sense of movement or an increase in pace. But the underlying beat, I can hear my clock ticking, maybe you can too. The underlying beat doesn't change. We're just breaking that beat down into smaller and smaller increments, or making our movements, dividing our movements into closer together movements. But we're not actually increasing our inner pace. So the experiment today is, can I stay easy in myself as I move from whole notes to half notes, to quarter notes, to eighth notes, to 16th notes? Can I still stay easy in myself as I change the rhythm, pick up the pace, but keep that underlying pulse easy? So don't worry, I have a metronome here right beside us to support our pace. And when you try this on your own, you can pick your own tempo. And if you're visiting and these musical words aren't really landing, don't worry. We've got you. If whole note, half note, pulse, beat, meter doesn't land with you, don't worry. You have an inner metronome, and that is your heart. And that's where we're going to notice, does my heart feel easy? Or does it feel like it's speeding up and getting away from me? And you may notice some changes in your inner ticker, in your metronome, as we move along. So I'm going to turn our metronome on, and it's going to be our friend today. For any of my friends visiting who have had a background in piano or instrumental music, where you've had to be staying with the metronome really strictly, take a breath, rewrite that story, because this is about using this metronome to connect to your inner rhythm as a support. So here we go. Mine is set at 60. So bring a hand over your heart, and you can keep this anywhere you like, but I'm going to use my heart. And just allow yourself to notice your inner pace. This might actually feel too brisk for you. And this might feel like, oh my gosh, Allison, this is so slow. So just notice that. If you want to alter this pulse at any time, you go ahead. And just start to allow a little groove to emerge in your body. Think of this as just a window in your day where you get to slow down or speed up, as the case may be. Just getting a little groove in your body. And you can start to count. We're going to use a count of 4. So think of this pulse in groups of 4. And what movement can you make to fill that group of 4? I'll show you what I mean. Let's say I have an accordion in my hands, and I'm going to open it and close it. If you overlap and it's 5, who cares? So you can follow my accordion movement. It's going to open for 4 and close for 4. Or you can make up your own movement. So I'm going to be quiet for a few rounds to let you play. Maybe we'll do like 4 rounds. And so you can play with a movement that fills up 4 ticks, and then changing that movement for the next 4 ticks. After each 4, change direction, change movement. So we'll start that quiet time now. Okay, so now without stopping your movement, we're now going to change direction after 2 ticks. So with the accordion, 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm opening for 2 and closing for 2. Here, for my music friends, where these terms might be relatable, we're moving in half notes. 2 ticks per movement. So I'll be quiet for a few rounds so you can just play moving in half notes. 2 ticks per direction. Now, what happens if you move in 1 tick or move in quarter notes? If it's the accordion, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Change direction each tick. pulse stays the same, but we're just dividing, well, not quite dividing the tick yet, but we're moving on each tick. Can you go back to half notes, moving on 2 ticks? Each movement takes 2 ticks. Go back to whole notes, where each movement takes 4 ticks. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go back to half notes. 2 ticks. Quarter notes, 1 tick. You don't have to use your full range of movement. It can be very small movements. They don't have to be smooth movements. They can be choppy movements. It can be just your legs, just your head, just your eyes, just your fingers. I'm going to stop our metronome to give us a little break. So just bring your hand to your heart again. Notice how you feel. How has playing with rhythm, pulse, and movement shifted anything for you today? How does your body feel? So you can add sound to this. If you have a metronome, if you have a clock that has a second hand, that's the same speed that we were just using. And you can play with adding sound. For example, I could do a hum on different notes or different pitches for a whole note or for 4 ticks, and change my sound each time 4 ticks goes by. Half notes would be like this, 2 ticks. And so on. Please let me know in the comments below how you're using this metronome of ease, inner rhythm. And if you're adding sound, let me know how it goes. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.